Hi everyone, this is Naomi.
Hello, this is Jose.
And this is our third video of our video series, Happy Slaves No More. I would like to title this video, How We Got Out of Debt. So this is how we did it. We followed the Dave Ramsey baby steps. He has 7 baby steps, and you can go on YouTube and listen to his audiobook. His audiobook is on YouTube, and it's on YouTube, so you can listen to it while you're at work or while you're at home. So let's explain the baby steps. Baby step number 1 is
save $1,000.
Baby step number 2
is get out of debt.
You want to give minimum payments on all your payments except for the smallest one, and give the rest, give the most amount
that
on
you
the
can
smallest.
pay on the smallest debt.
Baby step number 3 is save 3 to 6 months of emergency
budget or fund money.
So let's say you lose your job or something. You have 3 months saved in an emergency budget account so that you don't fall into debt again. Baby step number 4.
Invest 15% of your household income for retirement.
Baby step number 5.
Is set up or save for a kid's college fund.
If you have children, save up for their college education so that they don't fall in debt. Step number 6
is pay off your house early.
And baby step number 7
is build wealth and give.
So this is how we got out of debt. So we had our credit card payments, and then as we started paying them off, I realized that it was taking us a long time. It was taking us a really long time to pay off the all our debt. And by this time, I had started paying on my car like $1,000 a month. So for about 6 months, I paid $1,000 a month to try to pay off my car fast. But the debt still, it was just taking us a long time. At this time too, we adopted our son, Tobias. If you know us, you know that we adopted our son. And when we adopted him, I told my husband, I don't want to work. I want to dedicate my time for our son. So I don't want to work anymore. So we were getting out of debt, but it was taking us a while. So after God intervened, after I had that divine intervention from the Lord, I told Jose, let's sell the car.
Yeah. So, I was like, what? You want to sell the car? Really?
And I was like, don't ask me because I will say no.
Yeah. So I think I just want to throw out this tip is that as we were paying off our credit cards, one of the main things that really helped us out is to do a budget. And to have a budget, and the budget, we used to do the budget. Well, we still do the budget, but we do it in advance, in a month in advance. So like, if today is October, then we already have our budget for November, which is next month. So that's that's one of the main keys. Or if you know that you're serious, or if you really want to get out of debt and you're all in and that's your goal, the way you're going to be successful is by having that budget. Because that's what we did. That's we sat down, and each month we would have our budget and we would stick to it and follow it. Dave Ramsey says that while you're getting out of debt, you're only going to be eating rice and beans and beans and rice. And it's true.
Yeah, and he says, don't go to a restaurant unless you're working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and yeah, you know,
he says, sell everything
that you don't need.
You don't need.
So intense, or that your kids think they're next.
So much that your kids.
And so yeah, you know, that's one of the reasons how we started trying to make a little bit extra money. We cut off different services.
We cut off eating out.
cut off eating out.
I remember I used to make a calendar, and I used to be like, okay, so this day we're gonna eat this day we're gonna eat this, and because I was still working a little bit, I used to make freezer meals. Freezer meals really helped. Until this day, we use freezer meals. We do like breakfast burritos. We'll do just different types of freezer meals that we know that save us money on the long run. Save us money.
And you know, I used to not take lunch, and I used to eat out all the time for lunch. And that was like one of the hardest things to put down on a budget, and I had to cut out. Is eating out, and you know, but they saved that money that I was able to save, was just putting right into the credit card debt. And you know, it's not the easiest, but if you practice it, you just you're not gonna get it right the first couple of months, or the, you know, but if you stick to it and follow as much as you can, and if you if you follow it, stick to it, make it your goal, then you'll get there. Once the 2 months are up, then you already like built this habit, and you're starting on a roll, you know.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a big difference. Also,
so that's when, back to the car, you know, that's when my wife said, hey, well, look at all this time and everything, it's gonna take us this much time to finish paying off the car and the student loan debt, so why don't we just get rid of it? And so I was like surprised, but then I was like, all right, well, let's do it, you know.
So we sold a car is that we went to
different dealerships, and I didn't realize how much cars depreciated in value until we went to all these dealerships, and then we realized, like, man, they're not even giving us like enough to pay off the car.
Yeah, we went back to Nissan because we had bought the car at Nissan, and our balance for the car was about $30,000. And we went to Nissan, and how much would they want to give us?
They were offering us like 17,000 for the car, and we owed 30, so it was like, no way, you know.
Yeah, we went to CarMax. I think was the lowest one. Wanted to give us the lowest. And I was like, oh, I'm never coming to CarMax ever again.
Yeah.
we went to Selma Automall. We went to Mercedes.
We went to Mercedes-Benz, and so we took the car, and then we were sitting down in the lobby, and they were like, hey, the manager's not in, the one that buys cars, but do you guys want to wait in the lobby? And then once they get here, we'll, you know, let you guys know.
They gave us soda.
So we're right there in the lobby and everything, and we're right there waiting, and there's this guy right next to us right there with his wife, and they're like, oh, they're washing your car too. And I was like, yeah. And then you know, like, it was this couple.
Just really awkward.
Yeah, this couple, and then like
we were trying to get rid of that, you know.
Yeah, and so, you know, they were there thinking we were getting our Mercedes washed and everything.
Yeah. But one of the...
Yeah, we went to a local dealer here in town where we live. It was a Toyota dealer. And so...
we thank God for that man. Shout out to, if you guys know I think he's the owner or the manager.
I think he's the manager.
I think he's the owner, though.
I think he's the manager.
He's
but
a Mexican man. I don't remember his name. Yeah. But shout out to that man if you know him.
Yeah, because he was really like...
He was very honest with us.
I went in there thinking that I was going to buy a smaller car.
Cheaper car.
And that I was going to kind of be able to do a trade-in to where I was going to buy like a $10,000 car and then carry the rest of the note on there and everything. And so when I sat down with the manager, he was like, what is it that you're really trying to do? And so I was like, look, I want to get out of debt, and I want to get rid of this car, and so that I don't have to pay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm just trying to get rid of it and just be done with it. He was like, well, you know what? By buying this other car, like getting another car, you won't be able to do it because the banks are not gonna put the value of that car that you're trying to buy enough to where you can carry a note on it. So you're not gonna be able to do that. But what I recommend, because you do have good credit, he said. So I don't know if you get offers in the mail or not, from credit card companies. You should, because you have good credit, but you should check or call. And sometimes they have like these like special promotions for like a certain amount of period of time. They'll let you write out a check or transfer a balance or something like that, that you can try to look for and get that offer so you can pay the difference, because that's the only way you're really gonna do it. And I didn't know, but he pretty much told me like, look, the only way you're gonna get out of this car is like you have to pay that. You have to come up with the difference of what, and then I can give you 20,000 today, but you're gonna have to come up with $10,000 to pay the difference and everything. And then I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. So I would suggest like you look into those like credit card offers if you don't have cash, or maybe talk to a union bank or a credit union bank, and they can give you a personal loan so you can get out of the car. And so, yeah, I went home, I looked it up, and I looked at the different credit cards. And since we were already kind of like, we had already paid a bunch of credit card off, yeah, there was some offers in there. I didn't even realize.
And we had gotten some checks in the mail, and I remember one of the checks was for $5,000 with 18 months no interest.
Up to like, yeah, it was like
18 months no interest, and I think it was like 3%.
Like a transfer fee, or 3% for using the check or something like that. I don't remember, which was like, it turned out to be okay for us. But that was a good tip that we kind of used,
that we learned
and so yeah, we decided to go to this other dealer like an hour away from here, and they were able to offer us the most. And so by that time when we showed up, we had already had this balance transfer cash already in our bank, so we can just go ahead and pay the difference. So yeah, we went and they gave us
$23,000 for the car, and we had $1,000 that we had from our emergency money, and then we had $1,000 for the car payment that we were just paying month to month, and then we were left with $5,000. So out of those $30,000 for the car, we were left with $5,000 to pay off.
Yeah,
and that's how we got rid of the car debt.
So we got rid of that car debt, and then now we were left down with my student loan debt. So we were paying,
and we just kept paying it off. And I told Jose, man, it just seems like if you're used to overspending and you're used to living a lifestyle of just splurging, then once you get on that regimen where you're following the budget every single month, it gets really tiring, And I kept telling Jose, man, it's taking us a long time. It's going to take us a long time to pay that student loans. It's in those $5,000. By this time, I wasn't working no more. So we didn't have that extra income to keep paying our debt. So what we decided was we saw that the houses were going up. Really, they were going up in value. And I remember there was like this movement where people were saying like, oh, don't fall in love with things, fall in love with adventure and moments, and enjoy your family. Don't be a slave to things that you owe on. And I told Jose, man, maybe we can buy one of those mobile homes. And we started looking into them, and then here in California, they're very expensive. The cheaper ones that you find are the ones that are on the senior living places. Like those are like maybe like 30,000. The good ones are like maybe like 30,000. And we were just we started doing some research on what can we do to get out of these college.
Yeah, we thought about like renting and looking into renting.
We were looking into renting.
Like different things we wanted to really get.
And how much were the rents at that time? The rents were about like $800, I think, $800 and up. And we just we wanted to get out of debt, so we decided to sell a house.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember talking to my wife, and she was like, "Hey, why don't we just sell a house? Like,
Yeah.
if we sell a house, what I don't know
Clear off this debt.
how much we can sell it for, but I'm sure we can sell it. We don't owe that much." And so yeah,
And everything with that house was good. The only thing that I really didn't like was the fact that there was a mission. The mission was in the back street of our house, so there was a constantly we had homeless people right there, and I remember sometimes they would be just like sleeping on an empty lot right there next to the house. I remember one time they set up a fire because I think they were cold, and then it just went up in flames. And then another time, like we would always see like little things like that. I remember one time this homeless guy came up to me, and Jose wasn't home, and he was already late, and he was like, "Can I please can you let me sleep in your house tonight? I really I don't have a place to go. The mission is already closed, and it's really cold outside." And I had my kids right there, and Jose wasn't home, so I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't." And he just kept insisting and insisting. So what I'm trying to say is that I never saw myself staying right there because of all these little things going on in the neighborhood. So I told him, why don't we sell the house? And we started looking into like where to live. And I'm not 100% sure how we came up with the
traveling trailer.
Traveling trailer.
But we started somehow we started looking into traveling trailers, and we're like, and I guess it's a whole there's a whole community.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on YouTube and just put like traveling trailer families or whatever,
yeah, there's
like a whole community, and they have all the hacks and like everything, the way they live that lifestyle and everything. So we kind of looked into that, and we started we were like, okay, I think we can do this. And so then we decided, all right, let's go look for a trailer and let's start shopping and this and that. And so we listed our house on a Friday, and then by Monday we had already accepted an offer. And we accepted an offer, and they started getting ready to pack. And a week before closing on the house, we find out that my wife is pregnant.
Yeah, with Melody. So if you guys know us, we were pregnant with Melody.
So a week before, so I'm
a week before moving.
I was like, like there's no way I can back out of no more. We're already like moved or packed and everything, and so let's just go forward with it.
Yeah. And our goal was to live on the trailer for a year.
Our goal was to live in a trailer for a year and save enough so that we can have our emergency fund fully funded, and then have enough for a down payment on the house. So that was the goal, to live in a traveling trailer for a year. And so we sold our house, we closed on it. I remember getting paid direct deposit. And
we got about $68,000 for that house. And I remember we had that amount, and we were so happy. And
never gotten a big payment like that, or even seen like that much amount in my account. But at the same time, I was sad because the next day, in the morning, I was gonna have to get up and I was gonna pay off my student loan debt, and I was pretty much gonna pay everything off that we had left remaining, which was like so my student loan. And
so with those $68,000, we paid off $30,000 on the college, and we paid $22,000 for the traveling trailer
that we bought.
And we paid $5,000 for the credit that we had
to get out of that car.
Yeah, and then we bought a new car.
And then we bought a new car. Well, it was new to us.
Well, yeah, it wasn't new.
It was a really old car. It was a beater car.
A beater car, yeah.
It was a beater car, and so
if you guys remember seeing us with it, I had a sticker on the back of it that said,
Dave Ramsey makes me drive this.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that it's him, but it's the plan and what we were trying to accomplish. That really made us, buy that. It could have easily gone into a debt and buy a new car and all that stuff, but we're just gonna go back into the same.
No more.
Back into the hole that we came out of. So, I remember, sitting there and calling or logging in and punching in the numbers and
being so sad. We were so sad paying off the debt.
I was like, man, like I can't believe we got this much gain over this much in however time or whatever. Yeah. And now it's like gonna be gone from one day to another.
Yeah, and then we were when we bought the trailer, when we tried to pay it off,
they gave us a 10-day notice. So they were like pretty much, oh, okay, you want to pay it off? Yeah, well, we'll send you a 10-day notice and then you can go ahead and send us the payment.
Yeah, and they were gonna charge us those 10 days
for interest and everything. And I was like, well, you're gonna charge me money to pay off the car?
Yeah.
Or the trailer?
Why?
And I was like, what? So they were like, yeah. So then my wife's like, well, why don't we just go to the bank and pay them off? And then I was like, oh, you think we can do that? I was like, yeah. I was like, you think the bank will give us that much money? Like, that money? I was like, well, yeah, it's our money. Yeah.
So he took a backpack. He took a backpack because he thought it was going to be like this, like all kinds of money, $22,000.
I was like, I need a briefcase so they can put all the money right there.
Just like the movies.
Like in the movies and stuff. So I remember getting a backpack and I was like, I'm going to take my backpack and like.
And we were scared because we were like, what if we could jump or something?
Whatever. But, all this story in my head. But, yeah, we went to the bank, we took out the money, and then we went to the other bank, and then we paid them off, and then that was the last of it. That was the last payment, and from that day,
we don't have any debt.
We were completely debt free, and it was like, I don't have any like regrets or anything like that, I guess. And yeah, it was like one of the best decisions that I could make, and I learned a lot.
We learned a lot, yeah. So that's our video for today. Do you want to add anything else?
No, but it's just after we paid all that and everything, and I remember being out of debt, and so we still continued to have our budget. Each month we would have our budget. Each month we would be, this is gonna go towards our down payment, and just had that plan. And but at the same time, it's like, man, like being out of debt is it supposed to feel like this? Because I'm not like too happy.
Yeah, we were like I just remember sitting down and thinking, because by this time we had learned, that if we were going to take a vacation, it was going to be cash. We were going to pay for it. We weren't going to put it in our credit cards. I remember I got all the credit cards and I cut them up. And we cut up all those credit cards. So it was so, like, I just felt like so sad.
Yeah, like I remember like, hey, let's get a new phone or something. Oh, we have to wait until next month.
No, because we have to save up for it.
Yeah, or whatever it was. But I remember it was like either in a month or two, we'll be able to buy it. It was like that. It was like, oh, you want to do that? Okay, let's take a look at our budget. How long is it gonna take for us to save that so we can go and do that?
So this has been our video for today, and we hope that these videos are a blessing to you and you have learned at least one thing, how to get out of debt if you're
thinking about it.
So, okay. So, bye.
Bye.